Chaos. Welcome to Picks and Parlays. I'm your host, Ali Burns. We've got a good one today, guys. Nick Parsons from the Insiders Room is joining us to defend his total chaos crown. Hey, Nick, you were 7-5 last week. You took down Sean Higgs. How you feeling?
I am feeling fantastic, and I can't wait to go again, try to get the streak going today.
Yes, the two-peat. We need a two-peat. All right, well, your formidable opponent is none other than Dan Kaiser himself. There he is. Hey, Dan, how you feeling about this? Can't hear you, Dan.
How about now?
Now we can.
Gotcha.
All right. Ready to take on the king.
All right.
All right. Well, people at home, if you haven't seen the show before, this is how it works. I'm going to go through every NFL game on the Sunday card, give them the number, and Nick and Dan are going to choose over or under. All right. That's how it works. At the end of Saturday, whoever has the most wins comes back to defend their crown. Loser goes home. Maybe we'll see him on college football total chaos. So grab a paper, grab a pen, because we're about to fly through a bunch of free picks for you guys. Also, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You know the drill. And drop your 3 favorite totals into the comment box. That's how you enter to win a Picks and Parlays t-shirt. All right, guys. Are you ready to play?
I am ready. Let's do it.
All right. So, Nick, you're the defending champion. You're going to start this one off.
Okay.
Jaguars at the Vikings. The number is 51. Go for it.
I'm going under. Minnesota has played back-to-back overs. It lost a close one there to Dallas 2 weeks ago, 31-28. Last week, it won a close one, 28-27, with a game on the road next week at Tampa Bay. I think it could sort of take the foot off the gas here. Jacksonville has obviously nothing to play for at this point. And so, yeah, I think that this game, the number's a little bit too high. I'm going under in this one.
All right, Dan, how do you feel about that one?
Good start there, Nick. Good start. Yeah, I like the under in this one also. I mean, Minnesota's been on a pretty good run lately. You know, they're 4-1 in their last 5, but in those 5 games, they've only gone over 30 points once. Cook last week only ran the ball for 61 yards. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Cook in this game, and as much as you hand off the ball to Cook, it's less chance you have a Cousins throwing the ball. So you got to like that if you like the under. And again, who's playing quarterback for Jacksonville this week? They put names in a hat and drawing one out. So yeah, I just don't see a lot of points being scored in this one. I think this number's a little bit high. So I'm taking the under.
All right. Already we're agreeing. People at home, when they agree, those are the most valuable picks. We're looking for consensus picks here. Up next, we've got the Saints at the Falcons. The number's 46. Dan, kick it off.
Yeah, I think this. I look at this game differently if Breeze was playing, but with Hill in there, I know they scored a bunch of points last week, but Hill, he's just not the same quarterback that Breeze is. The New Orleans defense is playing really well, and Atlanta's offense, even though they scored a lot of points last week, is still not good. Ryan's suspect. Not sure if Jones is playing this week or not. So, again, I'm going the under in this one.
All right, Undertaker, what do you got?
I am going opposite on that. I think, yeah, this number's come down a few points, of course, because of Breeze not being in there. No, even though the first one between these two teams went under this season, I think that the second one goes over. But yeah, both teams put up a bunch of points last weekend. I think that carries on here in this divisional contest. I think Atlanta has incentive to win this game, and so does New Orleans and Taysom Hill. So I'm going over in this one, Ellie.
All right. Up next, we have the Lions at the Bears. The number here is 45. Nick, keep it rolling.
Well, last week, I think this was one of the ones that separated Mr. Higgs and I. I think he went under and I went over on this one. And that Green Bay, Chicago ended up with 66 points. Now, again, we have what is the total on this one again?
45.
45. Yeah, I definitely like the over in this one as well. Yeah, Chicago comes off. Chicago, comes off the 41-25 loss last there to Green Bay. Detroit is off a 41-25. That's why I was getting confused. Identical scores there. 41-25 loss to Houston. So yeah, these teams are putting up points and their defense is horrible. I'm going over on this one.
All right, Dan, do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, Detroit's scored 25 points in 2 of their last 3 games. You know, they fired Patricia in Detroit, but the defensive coordinator is the same, and they've been calling the same play. He's been basically calling the horrible defense I have in Detroit. Detroit's defense is banged up, so they really can't make a lot of changes. And MVP Mitch owns the Lions. He makes them look like an all-star. So yeah, this game's gonna fly over the total.
All right, another over. So you guys agree again. I like that. Circle it on my paper. Up next, we've got the Colts at the Texans. The number's 51. Hit it, Dan.
I'm taking the under in this one. I think the loss of Fuller being suspended for PEDs is really going to hurt the Texans' offense. Colts will be able to gang up on Brandon Cooks, and that'll really limit their chances through the air. I think Taylor's coming back for the Colts this week, so they're going to really try to rely on the run and keep the ball on the ground and keep it out of the air with Rivers throwing the ball. I mean, he hasn't looked good the last couple of weeks. So, and now they have also lost their left tackle last week, so I don't think you want to expose Rivers to hits and pressure. So I'm taking the under in this one.
The under. All right, Nick, what do you got here?
I'm with Dan as well. Actually, I think it was this game. We discussed this, Kurt Alexander and I, and we both like the under in this one as well. Indianapolis, it has sort of an underrated defense, which hasn't been that great lately. In fact, it's seen the total go over the number 3 straight. But no, I think definitely that the Will Fuller suspension there for the PEDs, that was a big part of that Houston offense since there was the coaching change and the GM change there. He was a big part of this sort of turnaround there for Houston, but with him gone, that's going to, really make this already one-dimensional offense even more so. So, yeah, I like the under there.
All right, another double under on the Colts and Titans. Friends at home, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and leave your comments in the comment box. Let us know who you like or what you think about Nick and Dan's picks. All right, we're going to the Bengals at the Dolphins. The number here is 42.5. Go ahead, Nick.
You know, I'm going to go with the over here. Obviously, these are two. I mean, Miami's in the thick of it here. This would be a great game for Miami to get another one in the win column here. Cincinnati, of course, it's playing without Joe Burrow. But yeah, this total is extremely low. Miami is just coming off a 20-3 win over New York. Cincinnati is coming off a 19-17 loss to the Giants. I just think public perception has it that these two offenses are bad, which for Cincinnati, that is sort of the case now for sure with Burrow out. But yeah, Miami does have a good offense. Anyways, I just think this number is a little low. I'm going over on this one, Ellie. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to go against you on this one, Nick. I think Miami's defense is, led them to 2 straight unders. Their defense has not given up more than 21 points in 3 straight games. And how can Cincinnati even get close to 21 points without Burrow or Joe Mixon? The Dolphins' offense. I mean, is it Tua? Is it going to be Fitzmagic? They've only scored 13 and 20 points in their last 2 games. Yeah, I think there is a perception of these offenses not being that great, and I think there's a good reason for it. Cincinnati's defense has been playing better. And if you just want to look at trends, they've gone under 4 of the last 6 games between these 2 teams. And the under is 3-1-1 in the Bengals' last 5 road games. And without Burrow or Mixon in the lineup, I just don't see them scoring more than 14 points. I'm taking the under.
That's a rough gig for the Bengals. They had something going on there, and now they don't. Sometimes that's the way it goes down. All right, Dan, keep us rolling. I'm talking Browns at the Titans. 53 is your number. What do you got?
It seems like being a recurring trend with me today, but I'm taking the under in this one also. The Cleveland's won their last 3 games, but each game it's been by 5 points or less, and in those 3 games they've only scored 59 total points. They've turned into kind of a different team this year. They've been really running the ball between Chubb and Hunt. I just don't think they trust Baker to carry the team anymore, passing the ball. And you got Tennessee, and Tennessee just hand the ball off to Henry, and I think you're going to see a heavy dose of that. And I just think this game's going to be probably 24-21, 24-20, something like that.
All right. So going under. What do you got, Nick?
Well, I'm going back to my roots, and I like the under here as well. Yeah, Tennessee's seen it go over a bunch. Cleveland just played to an over. This number is a little bit high for sure. You got Derrick Henry on one side. You got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb on the other. This game is going to be, decided in the trenches. It feels more like a chess match to me than a running gun shootout. I'm going under.
Under. All right. Up next, I have Raiders at the Jets. Go ahead, Nick. Keep it rolling.
This one for me comes sort of down to motivation here. Of course, the Jets at some point, they really want to get off the schneid. They want to get a win here. This seems, they've had a couple of good chances, a couple of good shots at doing that. Last week wasn't one of those times. They barely did anything there against Miami, losing 20-3. Previous to that, they lost 34-28 to the Chargers. And then previous to that, it was 30-27 to New England. Now, of course, Las Vegas is also plenty motivated here. It's coming off a horrible 43-6 loss to Atlanta. That total went under the number. Previous to that, it had played to an over in a 35-31 loss to Kansas City. So yeah, Las Vegas is desperate to get back into the win column. So I feel motivation, this means over for these two teams.
All right. How about you, Dan? Do we agree?
Not at all. Not at all. No, I'm going under in this one. Just because the Jets have gone under the total in 5 of the last 7 games. They're the worst statistical offense in the NFL. Again, as Nick said, the Raiders, I don't know, I was on the Raiders last week, but they were embarrassed last week. So I think their defense will try to step up in this game. And what a better team to do it against than the Jets' putrid offense. I don't know what to think of the Raiders offense. Sometimes they look like world beaters, and then they did what they did against the Falcons, which, their defense is nothing to write home about. And it's they're traveling across country again this week. So that might take a little bit out of them. I would have loved to take the over. I'm gonna go to the under in this one because I just can't trust the Raiders, the offense, to score a ton of points.
Fair enough. Dan has trust issues. I understand that. It's cool.
I've got a lot of issues.
So do I, Dan. So do I. All right. We're going to Dan, you keep it rolling with the Giants at the Seahawks. It's 47.5.
Well, I'm just going to continue on the roll I've been on. It seems like pretty much this whole show. I'm taking the under in this one. Even if Jones does play, he's got that bad hamstring, so how effective can he be? A lot of his game is mobility, and if he can't be mobile behind that offensive line, it's going to be a long day for him. And again, he doesn't really have the weapons to do much with that offense. I think Wilson will be able to get his. I just think see how the defense plays a lot better at home than it does away. So I'm just going to take the under. I just don't see the Giants scoring a ton of points.
All right, Nick, what do you got here?
I'm going the other way. I like the over. Seattle's played to 3 straight unders. I don't see that happening again. Seattle's 5-0 straight up at home. They play great at home. The big difference this year, Seattle does play better defensively at home than it does on the road. But that's only because they're one of the worst teams in the entire league when they play on the road defensively. They're poor defensively this year. The Giants are in a divisional fight here. They're not going to be giving up. I think this number is a little low. I'm going over, Ali.
Over. All right. Dan, you do have a lot of unders. You've only got one over today.
Yeah, well,
We still got a few to go here, though, don't we?
Yeah, that's how Kurt was. We did our first half picks yesterday, and like they were almost all unders for the first half too. So I was like, is it a weather thing? Is there something I don't know? But yeah, sometimes that's just what the week looks like. Okay,
Yeah.
Nick, we're doing Rams at the Cardinals. Lay it on me. The number is 48.
I like the over again here. Both teams have played to some sort of lower scoring games of late. I mean, when you think about these two teams, you think about running, you think about defense, but they also have a couple of really great quarterbacks. This is an important divisional contest. They play again at the very last game at the end of the year against each other in LA. But yeah, no, last when they played against each other on December 29th, it was a 31-24 win for the Rams. That one went over. I'm sort of predicting a similar final combined score here, Ali. I'm going over.
Over. All right. What about you, Dan?
Well, for now, when I do go over, so does Nick. So that must tell you something. Yeah, I'm going over in this one. Also, yeah, I'm not really sold on either team's secondaries. So I think both teams can give up some big pass plays. I like the Rams front seven's awesome, but the one thing that Murray has the ability to scramble and get away. So that's going to neutralize that front seven for the Rams. Goff has thrown at least 300 yards in 3 of his last 5 games with 6 touchdowns. I think he could have a big day against the Cardinals pass defense. Like Nick, I'm looking at like a high scoring shootout in this one. Maybe the last team with the ball wins. So I'm going with the over.
All right. There you go, Dan. You could do it. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Hey, people at home, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and drop your comments in the comment box. Let us know what you're thinking about the picks that the experts are making. Up next, we have the Eagles at the Packers. The number here is 49. Dan, lay it on me. What do you got?
Back-to-back overs. Taking the over in this one. Packers come in with the number 1 ranked scoring offense. They're putting up 31 points a game. They're facing an Eagles team that the defense isn't good, and their offense usually Wentz usually gives up a turnover or 2 here or there, and that should give Rodgers a short field. I think the Packers can put up 35 easy in this one, and the Eagles always seem to score a couple touchdowns here or there, even if it's in the last seconds. So yeah, I'm going to take the over in this one.
All right. What do you got, Nick?
Well, Dan and I agree on this one. Philly has played to 5 straight unders. That's not happening again this weekend here in Green Bay. This is an important game for Philadelphia. As Dan mentioned, Green Bay's offense, it does play better at home. It's going to have big opportunities against this Philadelphia secondary. But also, as he also mentioned, Carson Wentz, even though he's been susceptible to giving up the pick 6 and just the interceptions, etc., Green Bay's defense hasn't been anything to write home about either this year. So I think this number is a little bit low. This one has shootout written all over it.
All right. Over and over. I like it. All right, Nick, keep us rolling. We're going to talk Patriots at Chargers. The number here is 47.
Patriots at Chargers. Okay, just let me 1 second to bring up my notes here again. Okay, yeah, I like the over here. The Chargers are coming off the 27-17 loss in Buffalo. That one went under, of course. Previous to that, though, they had played 8 straight overs. So this is an offense that likes to throw the ball. This is a defense which struggles at the best of times. Now, New England, it's coming off the 20-17 win over Arizona. New England has played to 3 straight unders. And so, yeah, when a team does that, I sort of like to go the other way. And so, yeah, I guess just to keep this show moving along, I like the over in this one, Ali.
He likes the over, people. All right, Dan, what do you got on this one?
To me, this was a coin flip, and when I flipped the coin, it came up Belichick. Belichick has always seemed to do something to young quarterbacks. He did it to Mahomes early in his career. He seems to come up with different wrinkles that confuses young quarterbacks the first time they see the Patriots. And there's a reason the Patriots have played a lot of unders is because Cam Newton stinks.
Yep.
And yeah, I just can't put faith in Cam Newton scoring me 20 or 30 points. So I'm taking the under in this one.
We're going under. Okay, so we've got one more to go. This is the Broncos at the Chiefs. Dan, let me know.
Yeah, I'm taking the over in this one. I mean, the Chiefs have scored 32 points in 7 of their 11 games this season. They put up 43 against the Broncos the first time they played. And the only thing I can say in this is the Broncos, at least they're going to have a quarterback this week.
Exactly.
So I mean, if the Chiefs get 40s in the 40s again, I only need around a touchdown from the Broncos. I think one of these quarterbacks they got coming in can do that. So I'm playing the over.
All right, Dan is going over. Nick, what do you think about that?
I like the over as well here. Kansas City, it played to an under last week in its 27-24 win over Tampa Bay. It's lost against the spread 3 in a row there, Kansas City. It's played to 3 really tight games, 33-31 against Carolina, 35-31 against Las Vegas, then 27-24 against Tampa Bay. Now, it has a game at Miami and then a game at New Orleans after this. So, yeah, this is a big home game here before, the final push towards the end of the season here. So, yeah, as Dan said, I think Kansas City could almost get that many points itself here in this one. So I'm going over for sure.
Over the total. Okay, so you guys agreed on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of your picks. So that is not bad at all. I'm going to go make a couple bets right now.
It's not bad as long as they win.
Right. And there's that. Well, the consensus picks always do really well on this show. Win or lose, you guys' consensus picks are what make the Picks and Parlays View crew the money. And that's why we're all here, right? We want to make the money. So that's just it. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us and being on the show. We're going to sign off, but stay tuned. Nick and I have the Picks and Parlays live cap coming up this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. We've got live podcasts going on all the time, not to mention tons of free pick videos. Check out Nick Parsons at the Insiders Room. Check out Dan Kaiser at Dan Kaiser Sports, and you can find me at Plus Money Honey. Until next time, thank you guys so much for coming.